In a small country town in Mississippi during the 1930s, Addie Bundren, a bitter mother to 4 kids and the not-so-loving wife to Anne's Bundren, lay in her bed on the verge of death. She spends her time gazing out her window as her son Cash builds her coffin.
You ready yet, Jewel?
Wait.
You boys better hurry back now. Your ma ain't gonna want to wait. She ready to be in the ground next to her siblings in Jefferson. It was her wish.
Ma ain't gonna die.
Ma gonna die, Jewel.
Darl, shut your mouth. Ma ain't gonna die. Y'all are rushing her. Cash builds her coffin every day with that ads going 1 lick less, 1 lick less, 1 lick less.
Now, Jewel, calm down. Addie will wait. Your ma will wait. Your ma will wait till everything is in place. She'll wait until that coffin is done and you and Darl are back. Addie will wait. We'll be back by sundown tomorrow.
I will not keep her waiting.
Vernon? I can't believe it. Joel would rather get $3 than receive his dying mother's goodbye kiss. Those Bundrens only care about how to earn a couple extra dollars by doing the least amount of work possible. You know, for the last 3 weeks I've been by Addie's bedside. I was with her every possible moment. Sometimes even when I shouldn't have been, I would leave my own family to be with her, to give her company and a friend. She was lonely. She was hiding her pride and her broken heart. Addie Bundren is ready to die. I always knew that Darl knew I got pregnant that one hot sunny day while picking cotton in the fields with Lafayette. I always knew that he knew. He knew without words, just like he knew Ma was going to die before he and Jewel got back.
Ha!
What is that? It's bigger than you.
It's a big old fish. I got it down by the bridge.
You just gonna leave it laying there?
I'm gonna show it to Ma.
My folks are with Addie. They'd love to see it too.
You clean that fish.
But Pa...
Clean that fish.
After Darl and Joel have left to deliver wood, Addie Bundren continues to lay in her bed, getting closer to death with each minute that passes. Dewey Dell sits by Addie's side, fanning her, while Cash slaves away, working on Addie's coffin. Anne finally makes the much-needed phone call to Peabody, the town's doctor. After Peabody is lugged up to the Bundren's house due to his weight, he lectures Anne about procrastinating calling him. Anne explains that he didn't have the money. Peabody then gives the devastating news that it's too late, and moments later, Addie passes away.
Ma!
Cash, how much you got left on that coffin? You know there's Christians that will help us in our sorrow. They will come and help you finish that coffin. Dewey Dell, you go and get supper ready. Cash needs a good meal so he can finish that coffin. Well, the time has come. Now I can get me some new teeth. Give me that plank. This one? No, the other one. Pa, why don't you just go inside and get out of this rain? Me and Vernon can finish it.
After a long and rainy night, Cash and Vernon finish Addie's coffin. Addie's funeral is held the next day. In Whitfield, the local minister performs the funeral. During the funeral, the women stay inside and sing while the men stand outside on the porch. The group discusses Addie's desire to be buried in Jefferson, Mississippi, and Anne makes it clear he is going to get her there. An accident has caused Darl and Joel's return home to be delayed for a few days, but when they return, the sight of vultures confirms that their mother has died.
You better leave that darn horse here while we're taking a trip to Jefferson to bury your mom. Leave that horse here. We're all riding together in a wagon. It's what your mom wanted. Cash, what are you doing with the toolbox of yours? I'm gonna stop at Vernon's on the way back and work on that barn. That ain't respectful to your mom. It ain't right of him to bring that horse. It ain't right. Just go on without him.
He'll catch up with us. He'll meet us at Toll's Lane.
The family leaves without Jewel and sets off for their quest to Jefferson. As the family passes Toll's Lane, Darrell sees Jewel approaching on his horse, just like he predicted. After driving all day, the Bundrens stay with a local farmer named Sampson for the night. The next day, the Bundrens continue to Jefferson, but are stumped when they find that the river is too high to cross.
If the bridge was up just a little higher, we could drive straight on across it.
Mr. Whitfield crossed it. That was 3 days ago. The water was lower then. He was also riding a horse, not a wagon.
Why did you follow us, Vernon? We can do this ourselves.
If the bridge was just up, I bet a careful fellow could walk across it on foot.
But you couldn't carry anything. As soon as you set foot on that bridge, I bet it all goes down.
There ain't no need to worry. I gave her my promise in the Lord's present.
I think if you just waited 1 day, the water level might start to drop.
Who even asked you to follow us here, Vernon? Just get on out of here.
I didn't mean to cause any harm.
Hush, Jewel. Well, what do you think we should do? If the bridge was up, just up, we could drive across it. Pa, Dewey Dell, and Bartleman better walk across on the bridge. Me, Darrell, and Jewel will cross it at the ford down yonder with the wagon. Here it is.
Alrighty then, let's cross it.
Wait a minute. Jewel, you support us with this rope. It'll keep us steady. My leg!
What's wrong?
I think I broke my leg again. But it ain't nothing I can handle. I'm okay. My tools!
The coffin! Vernon helps Joel get the coffin and wagon, and also helps Darrell and Joel look for Cash's tools. Cash's leg is re-injured, but all of his tools are found, and the coffin is safe and sound. I remember when I first saw Ann's. I saw him pass the schoolhouse 3 or 4 times before I realized he was going 4 miles out of his way to do it. I asked him if he got any woman folks. That's what I came to see you about, he said. So I took Ann's. And when I had my children, I knew that living was terrible, and this was the answer to it. Except Jewel. Maybe Jewel was my favorite, 'cause he was the result of my affair with Whitfield. I remember waiting for Whitfield in the woods. I would think of him as dressed in sin. I would think of him as thinking as me, as also dressed in sin. Then I would lay with Ann's again. I did not lie to him. I just refused. Although Cash's leg has been re-injured, he never complains. The Bundrens travel to Armstead's, a local farmer, and stay for the night. Armstead offers Ann's his team of mules, but Ann's declines. Joel rides out to find Peabody, but returns with a horse doctor, who sets Cash's broken leg. The next morning, Ann's rides off on Joel's horse to find a new team of mules. He returns later in the day and announces that he has purchased a new set of mules. He explains that he traded his farm equipment, used Cash's saved money, some money from his false teeth fund, and traded away Joel's beloved horse. When the family arrives in Matson, people are horrified by the strong smell of the rotting corpse. While in town, Darrell goes to get cement to set Cash's leg, and Dewey Dell sees this as an opportunity to get rid of her burden.
What can I do for you? Do you want to look at some toilet things, or is it medicine that you want?
That's it.
Okay, well, we have.
I'd like to go back there.
All right. What's your trouble?
It's the female trouble.
Well, I'm sure your ma will tell you all about that. There's no need to take any medicine just yet. Every woman has one. There's no need to be scared. It's normal. How old are you?
17.
Oh, I thought you might be younger. So is it too regular or not regular enough?
It stopped.
I haven't got any medicine in my store for that. Young lady, you go home and tell your pa to get a marriage license for you.
I got the money. Lafayette said it would be enough.
$1,000 wouldn't be enough in my store. Now you take my advice and go home and get married.
As the Bundrens get closer to Jefferson, they stop for a night at the Gillespies, a local farmer. While at the Gillespies, Vardaman sees something he swore he would never tell anyone. I saw something Dewey Dell told me not to tell nobody. It's not about Cash, and it's not about Jewel. It's not about Pa. It's not about Dewey Dell, and it's not about me. It's about Darrell. I saw him catch the barn on fire. After leaving the Gillespies the morning after the barn was burned, the Bundrens finally arrived in Jefferson. Anne borrows a shovel from a local woman, and the family puts Addie to rest next to the rest of her family. After burying Addie, the Bundrens must decide what to do with Darrell.
It wasn't nothing else to do. It was either send him to Jackson or have Gillespie sue us because he knowed some way that Darrell set the barn on fire. I reckon there ain't nothing else to do.
We better catch him and tie him up before he sets fire to the team and wagon.
I thought you would have told me. Ha ha ha.
It'll be better for you.
Ha. Better?
Yeah, it'll be quiet down there, with none of us bothering and such. It'll be better for you, Darrell.
Better? Ha ha. Better?
What can I do for you?
You the doctor.
Sure.
Can we go back yonder?
What's your trouble?
It's the female troubles. I got the money.
Have you got female troubles, or do you want female troubles? If so, you come to the right doctor.
I ain't had it, that's it.
Oh, so you got something in your belly that you want to get rid of?
You ain't the doctor.
Sure I am. Is it because I look young, or am I handsome? Jefferson used to have all kinds of old doctors, but they got rid of them. Hadn't you heard about it? Maybe it's because you ain't never needed a doctor,
I need one now.
and you come to the right one.
I gotta do something.
You do realize that I could get put in prison for doing what you want. How bad do you want it?
I ain't got but $10.
$10 ain't even enough, sweetheart. But there's something else you could do.
What?
Come back later and I'll show you.
Dewey Dell returned to the drugstore that night to see McGowan and give him pleasures in exchange for abortion pills, which she quickly discovers are fake. Dewey Dell is furious and ashamed. The next day, Anne has some news for the family before their return home. We better take Cash on to Peabody's. We gotta get his leg fixed up before we leave.
It won't take but a minute.
Let Vardaman return the shovel. He can do it in half the time you can. Or here, let me.
I reckon I better do it.
Who's that with Pa? Pa looks different.
He got them teeth. It's Cash and Jewel and Vardaman and Dewey Dell. Meet Miss Bundren.